we're going to have a game in the college football playoffs that's going to be unwatchable. Like Texas Tech is going to take the pants off of James Madison. It's going to be an unwatchable game. But if you actually had a team that could sit in there, maybe a Vanderbilt, maybe a USC, that could actually sit in there and go band for band with Texas Tech, we would actually have a better game. We would actually have more interesting storylines. All right, so I want to get into this group of five conversation. I know there's a lot of talk about this, and this is the main topic. This is what I really wanted to get into and what I'm really passionate about, but we got to start off every show talking about Ohio State until they lose, even though they're not going to lose, but that's besides the point. The group of five does not deserve to have an automatic qualifier in the college football playoffs, let alone, not only that, I don't think the SEC or any conference in the country deserves to have an automatic qualifier in the college football playoffs. Are we really worried that an SEC team isn't going to separate themselves as one of the top 12 teams in the country, let alone two, let alone three SEC teams separate themselves as one of the 12 best teams in the country? I don't think that the ACC deserves to have an automatic qualifier. There's going to be a team that wins the ACC this year that has no business being the college football playoffs that's going to be in it because of that rule. You're allowing bad behavior, and I don't like that. You're allowing teams that win bad conferences to be in the college football playoffs rather than a team that's playing well in a great conference, but they're not one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the SEC, let's just say. You're not going to allow them in the college football playoffs because you have to let a team that would be a 3-win team in the SEC. You got to let them in the college football playoffs. You got to let a group of 5 team that would win 1 game in the SEC. You got to let them in the college football playoffs. That's absolutely ludicrous to me. Are you trying to tell me right now, USC, do you think that they can't compete with Texas Tech, which I think they're the 5th best team in the country right now? That's where they're ranked. That would be the first round matchup if USC was the 12 seed. Do you think that USC or James Madison is giving them a better fight? Do you think USC or Georgia Tech is giving them a better fight? Matter of fact, I'll say this, USC could win that game. I don't think James Madison, I don't think Georgia Tech could win that game. I think USC could win that game. So we're actually not putting the best teams on the field to compete for the biggest prize, especially in this year in college football, where if you're not Ohio State, you can get got by anybody. I don't know. I think you're setting a really bad precedent with that, in my personal opinion. Like, yes, I get it. Cincinnati a few years ago, they were a team that they made the college football playoffs. They would make the college football playoffs this year, right? Because they would have deserved it. And yeah, Boise State last year, they were a group of 5 team that made the college football playoffs because they deserved to make the college football playoffs. We could all see that was one of the 12 best teams in the country. Just like we saw with Cincinnati in 21-22, that they're one of the best teams in the country. And they deserve to be in the college football playoffs. Well, at least if it's a 12-team playoff. Absolutely, they deserve that. But this year, come on. Like, we're going to have a game in the college football playoffs that's going to be unwatchable. Like, Texas Tech is going to take the pants off of James Madison. It's going to be an unwatchable game. But if you actually had a team that could sit in there, maybe a Vanderbilt, maybe a USC, that could actually sit in there and go band for band with Texas Tech, we would actually have a better game. We would actually have more interesting storylines. But you're going to have teams that are like, you want to know what? We don't want to win our conference because we want to get that 5 seed. Hey, we want to play James Madison. We want to take the pants off of them. It's setting a bad precedent. USC and Oregon play, I believe, next week. And that to me is damn near college football playoff eliminator right there. Are you trying to tell me that Oregon or USC shouldn't be in the top 12, but damn James Madison does? Or Georgia Tech does? Oregon and USC are better than both of those teams. Vanderbilt is better than both of those teams. Utah is better than both of those teams. I don't know. It does not sit right with me. And I don't like it. And I think that college football should move off that rule. It's not cute. It's not the, oh, let's get a Cinderella story. You can have a Cinderella story in college basketball because you can have a team, let's just say, like, hypothetically, you have a team that comes in there, a 15th seed, and they're shooting the ball really well one night, and the team that's a second seed is having a really off game. Yeah, you can win that game because the separation when it comes to talent over the span of an entire roster isn't nearly what it is in football. In football, there's 22 guys on the field. If you're better at every one of those 11 positions than your opponent, you're not going to win that game. No matter how bad the team that has the better players or how great the team that has the worst players, if it's 11 out of 11 for one team, the other team is not winning that game. It's just not going to happen. So that's where I come from, and I'm just like, look, they need to get this damn rule out of there. Because you're allowing teams that don't deserve to be in the college football playoffs in the college football playoffs. College football is defined by two conferences right now, the SEC and the Big Ten. Big 12, they have some really nice competition over there. They're establishing themselves as, I think, the third best conference in college football. It's better than the ACC. The ACC this year is not good. So, like, I think that there are multiple teams from all three of those conferences that deserve to be in the college football playoff. And I don't think they're going to make it because of the fact that we have to do participation trophies for the ACC and the Group of Five. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And they need to get rid of this.